everyone. It is Karen and Alex with Karen's Stamping Place. It is Wednesday, February 17th, 2021. Every time I say that out loud, it just blows my mind.
Right.
So tonight we are going to make a couple cards using the shadow stamping technique. The computer just scared me. I don't want to be lost tonight. I sure hope you enjoy it as much as I have. So I'm going to bring you down, if I can. There we are. And then if Alex is generous enough, no, she is. She'll bring us into focus. But the first thing I want to tell you is I'm using my Stamparatus. And I'm using first the Positive Thoughts stamp set. And here's the card I made. Okay. So this one is, again, shadow stamping. And I did a little hinge stamping as well. So let me show you how I did this. Okay, so I cut my crumb cake cardstock at 4 by 5.5. And then I'm just lining it up on the left-hand side of my Stamparatus. And I'm putting the magnet over on the opposite side. I'm going to take my stamp and I'm just going to lay it down on my paper where I want it. Okay, and then I'm going to take Whisper White pigment ink. Now when you first get this, you get the white and you get a refill. Mine is really old, probably time for me to get a new one, but it still works. So with the refill, yours will come uninked. And then you'll just, when you're ready to use it, want to put that ink refill all over it. And then times when you're ready to use it, you might need to re-ink it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up my stamp with my Stamparatus. And I'm going to use my case over here to help me ink up the stamp. Okay, so it doesn't bend down.
I like how you can prop it up with it.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to ink up your stamp. Okay, getting ink everywhere.
It's a bonus.
So you're just going to stamp it and then lift it off. Now, remember I said I'm going to do hinge stamping. So what that means with our Stamparatus is you're going to lift it out of its holder and go down one hinge. Okay? This is something that is unique to our Stamparatus. There are many of these tools out on the market, but not a lot do this, if any. Okay? So that's
really
the
like
next
the
one.
Of Whisper White on crumb cake.
It's very beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to ink it up again, and I'm going to keep doing this until I get down to the bottom of the page. And I'm just lifting it gently because the Whisper White ink tends to stick to, already did that one, tends to stick to the cardstock. So I don't want anything to move on me. I want it to stay in place. So just gently move it down one more time. Maybe one more after that. But I just truly love being able to do this with our Stamparatus. It just makes stamping so much easier. Okay, one more time. And I'm not going to get very much on the card, but that's okay. You don't want it to look...
Just a little bit.
Yeah, you want it off. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back up to the top. I'm going to put my white away so I don't get it all over my hands. And I'm going to bring in a wet wipe. Only because I don't want to put this white ink all over my chamois. It's messy. So I'm just going to get this cleaned up just a little bit. You don't need to be perfect. But you do want then to remove your stamp, okay? And you want to lay it down where it was, okay? Line it up as best as possible as to where it was, okay? And then you're going to shift it just a little bit so you can see the white barely poking out of the other side. So I'm going to shift it just a tad, and then I'm going to pick my stamp up again. It picked up the white, and that's okay because the ink is not dry. It takes a long time for our Whisper White to dry.
Can you do this with photopolymer stamp sets too?
Absolutely, anything that's a solid image.
Hi, Christina.
Well, hello, Christina. You found us. Okay. So there, I kind of moved this a little bit too far. I would rather have it more over the white, but that's okay. It's hard when you're doing a video. I couldn't quite get my head in there to look, but that's okay. I guess I could have turned it around and looked.
It's personal preference too, how much white you like to have showing.
True. I mean, we are making a shadow. So if the sun's coming this way, you know, the shadow's down below it. Okay, and I'm just doing a little bit at a time and then moving my Stamparatus plate down one hinge at a time. I'm going to do it one more time because I don't know if I'll hit anything, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, because you do have that little bit.
I have just a little bit. So
you got a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to clean my stamp again.
Hi, Mom. Oh, Christina, you're on a dinner break from school.
Oh,
awesome.
cool. What class are you taking right now? And hi, Miss Susie. Okay, so I'm done with that. And I'm going to put my stamp away. And then I'm going to take this off the Stamparatus and we can put that plate back on. Now I'm going to take just a second and dry this. If it will dry it completely. It doesn't really, but it helps.
Kind of gets lighter too.
You think so?
Just a tad.
I mean, it may smear a little bit because it does really take a long time for this ink to dry. So, you know, I'm not going to hang out that long running the heat tool.
She's going for her CNA and she's in the lab.
Awesome.
But when you're at home, you can obviously stamp and then move on to another project while you're waiting for it to dry.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so I have that way. So this card's going to be opposite my other card, which is fine.
Ooh, up.
You cannot see me. Okay.
And Mom says, that looks so awesome.
Oh, thanks. It was fun. Okay, so I have that done, and I'm going to use my Stamparatus again.
I'm supposed to be looking for something.
Yes. That's okay, you'll find it. And I'm going to pick up my sponging brush because I've got the shadow stamping done, but I just wanted to include something else. So I'm using one of our really cool blending brushes, but I'm going to stamp off or tap off, excuse me, excess ink right there. And then I'm going to rub it and come in from the side. And just give it a little bit of depth. Whoops.
I don't think that's the right
So it was on that paper that has all, this one.
I know, I was trying to find another one.
Oh, okay. She's finding us a dragonfly from the Dandy Garden paper. And so this just adds a little bit of depth. It makes it so pretty. What do you guys think? Okay, so now I'm gonna take my Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon from the annual catalog. Oops, I'm almost out. And I'm going to tie a bow. I have to turn my paper upside down to get this right. Okay, so
That's sad.
I'm going to tie this right here. Just using my little finger to hold it down in the middle.
And Christina says it almost looks like it's popping off the page, which it kind of does. Yeah,
cool.
it looks.
I'm glad you can see that. Because I agree with you. It really does. It's a really cool, like, 3D effect. I'm just getting my ribbon to where I want it, or my bow to where I want it to be. I'm going to tuck this up just a little bit higher.
And Mom agrees it does look raised. It does.
Okay, I'm going to cut my tabs on my ribbon. All right, so we wanted to add a dragonfly. So I'm using my dragonfly's punch. And we are going to use the Blackberry Bliss dragonfly. So I just have to cut around all these other ones.
Because they only give you one.
I know. And then you can take and put this down in your punch. And this is what I love about our designer series paper, is that Stampin' Up! Is making it so easy for us to die cut or punch out images with our punches and dies.
And then these little ones, right? They punch out.
Yes, they do. And there you have it. There's my dragonfly. Okay. And I'm going to take dimensionals. I'm just throwing everything over by Alex.
Christina says very elegant.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Christina. Really appreciate that. So yeah, after we got done with our Facebook Live, Alex and I sat here while she worked on the computer and figured out what we were going to do. Whoops, I forgot my card base. And I already had the first card made, so I thought I would give you a bonus second card. So that is what we sat here while she was on the computer and did. Okay. I have no rhyme or reason when I'm putting adhesive down. Just know that. I just make sure it sticks. Okay. Yep, it's a little more towards the top. But anyways, here are our two cards. This one I did turn because the leaves were going the wrong direction when I stamped it. And the shadow worked out. And this one, I don't know. It's nice to have differences. And this one we went a little darker on the crumb cake.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the first card.
So pretty.
Okay, let me show you the second card. Okay, celebration is almost over. It ends in about 10 or 11 days.
Oh, I like how the white, it's really picking up the just saying hello.
Oh, good. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to stamp with the white craft ink, the just saying hello. And then we can use our Stamparatus. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to emboss it. Now this card over here, I used clear embossing powder. This time I'm going to use white. So I'm just making sure I get that straight. It's very important.
I love this one. It is so pretty.
It's gorgeous. So I'm going to bring in my white embossing powder. And you can emboss with this white pigment ink. It works really well. It's what we used to call a craft ink. And that's what you wanted to use for embossing.
Because it stays tacky for longer?
Yes, it really does. I mean, look how it picks up the embossing
Yeah, it's really covering it.
powder.
Did that G get covered?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it one more time. I agree with you, Alex. Did that G get covered? Okay, so in 2 seconds, I will have that done. I don't want anything else on there. And this only takes a couple seconds. Just once the heat gun is hot, it's really going to just change it.
Oh, and that's nice and crisp.
It is. It came out really well. Very happy with that, how it came out. You see that? Okay, so now we're going to bring the Stamparatus back in.
Here you go.
And we, again, are going to put our paper, get stuff out of my way. We're going to put our paper over here at the 1-inch line on the corner. And I'm going to put my magnet there. Am I crooked? Okay. And I'm going to bring in, that's even more crooked. Okay, I'm going to bring in,
It's better than it was before.
okay. I'm going to bring in the big stamp for the bottom. Now this is called Around the Corner. It's a celebration item with $50 purchase. Oh, it's called Corner Bouquet. Excuse me. Corner Bouquet. I don't know why I'm saying Around the Corner. But there's so many different things you can do with this stamp. It's truly gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to pick that stamp up. And I have a little brown up here, crumb cake, so I'm just going to wipe that off.
Right? Isn't the embossing just so pretty?
It is. Thank you. The embossing, that sentiment is just beautiful. Okay, so you can see I'm having a little trouble getting ink on that. So you just want to lift it up with your stamp case. And you just want to make sure you get it well inked. And then you're going to just set it down.
And you could go over it again, right? If you don't get everything
Absolutely, if you need to. That's the blessing with the Stamparatus, is if you don't get it where you, or the color you want it to, you can absolutely go over it again.
done. Oh, there's this one.
Okay. I will get that from you for the next one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just taking the Whisper White off, which it will pick up a little bit again. And I'm going to pull in my pretty peacock. I know you guys can't see it yet, but so I'm going to finish the bottom. Ooh, that wind sounds vicious. And I'm going to lay this down just so it's just off what I did earlier, which it's really hard to tell. Oops. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I got to stand up. So if I get my head in, I'm trying not to get my head in there. Okay. Okay, there we go, I think. I hope. It's kind of hard with the bigger stamp to see. Okay, so here we go. We're going to ink this up with Pretty Peacock. And we're going to just set that down. I'm hoping, I've got my fingers crossed. Ooh, it did it. Yay! Okay, so now I'm going to do the other one, which I'm using the smaller corner bouquet stamp. So I'm just going to really clean this up. And I'm using a baby wipe, but you know what? Your chamois works really well at this. Okay? Just to get it clean. And
Has anyone shadow stamped before? Let us know in the comments.
Okay, so now we're going to do the upper corner. Oh, we got to get my dog out of here. I'm so sorry. Never fails. Something always goes on out there. Okay. So we're using the smaller one up here. I've got it set where I want it. Okay. And we're going to pick that up with our Stamparatus. I don't have a magnet in there, darn it. There we go.
Whoops.
Okay. All right, there we go. So I'm going to ink this up.
Oh.
Alex is fussing with the chair if you hear her.
One stayed up, one stayed down. I don't know how that happened.
That's okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let me get the Stamparatus in view so you can see.
Christina loves the pop.
I do too. I love doing this technique.
Yes, Christina, go back to class. Have fun.
Okay, we will see you after, maybe. We'll see you next time. We won't see you after, we'll see you next time. I don't know why I said that. Okay, so now we're just going to take this and adjust it just a little bit, not too much. Okay. Get a good shadow on that. Pick up your stamp.
Oh, here.
Okay, and now I'm going to bring this over so you guys
so
can
nervous
see
you're
it.
gonna get in the light.
Oh no, I'm fine.
You're a professional.
No. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp that.
Ooh.
And there you have what I wanted down here. You have barely
That's
a
nice
shadow.
shadow.
Okay. So there you have that. Look at that. Oh, that turned out the best so far. I love that. Okay, let me get my chamois.
I love that you can just play with them and you get like different results.
So yeah, you could do this on different colors and you would get lots of different results. I mean, I think the darker the color, the better. But you know, you could do, like the crumb cake was really nice.
It came out really pretty.
Okay, I'm gonna move my Stamparatus out of the way and I'm gonna put this card together for you guys really quickly. Okay, so I have, this was cut at 3 3/4 by 4 inches. And then this piece is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And I'm just gonna put adhesive on this because I know that's not dry yet. And so I'm just gonna run some adhesive around this piece. Okay. I don't want to smear ink all over the place because I am really inky.
You're blue. You're pretty
Yeah,
peacock.
I'm a smurf. Okay. And then I already have cut the card base so that this would be much easier And let me get a bone folder.
It does really pop the shadow. I do have to agree with you, Mom. It looks really good.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing, just not put it all the way to the edges, you know, and it'll hold.
Yeah, the seal is really good about holding.
But I know it's still wet, the white ink. I haven't done anything to it yet, so I just wanna be able to pop it down, and I don't wanna smear it.
Oh, you used dimensionals.
Oh, well, that's okay. I did. I popped it up on the last one, but this is fine. Perfect, actually. And then rhinestones, lots of rhinestones on this. It just added so much to it with the rhinestones. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about that one. Last time that happened to me, I was there for a week trying to pick it up.
Yeah,
Just
like, no,
kidding.
no.
I will do it when we're off camera. Okay, got that one. Okay.
She's like, I know what you're trying to do.
Okay, we'll put one there. Like I said, lots of rhinestones on this. Okay. Okay, guys. There you have it. 2 cards done with the same technique. Shadow stamping. Just absolutely gorgeous cards. I'm glad I went with the white embossing powder though this time instead of the clear. I think it pops it a little bit more, but this is still cute. It's subtle. It's really nice, and I can't wait to get these in the hands of somebody. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us live tonight on YouTube. We really, truly appreciate it. And I hope that you guys have a great evening and a wonderful week. And we will see you in the next one.